East Hampton Town Board, we are live.
Thank you, LTV. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the East Hampton Town Board meeting of Thursday, December 18th, 2025. Carol, if you could read the roll call for the last time.
Councilmember Flight,
Present.
Councilmember Leaf,
Present.
Councilmember Rogers,
Present.
Councilmember Calder Piedmont,
Present.
Supervisor Burke Gonzalez.
Present. If we could all please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands,
one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You knew that?
So tonight we have our town historian here. Maybe you don't want to sit down, Hugh. If you'd like to come up and address the standing room only crowd.
Thank you for inviting all these people to hear me speak tonight. Okay. Next year, you know, is the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence and also the American Revolution. When you come into East Hampton and you come to the stoplight down by Town Pond and you look to your right, there's a house up on the hill. And in front of that house, there's a plaque. And the plaque says Pudding Hill. And behind it, up Ocean Avenue, there's Pudding Hill Lane. Why are they there? Well, Pudding Hill, this is a tale of the American Revolution. Scorn not the simple tale I tell of humble sacrifice. Souls true and little things are true when great occasions rise. Full many a village picturesque on green Long Island shore recalls the English yeoman free that settled it of yore. Homesick, they gave their newfound homes familiar English names. East Hampton, I bid the rest such sires and such a baptism claims. Now here lived in the days of 76 a certain stirring dame whose name and lineage have been lost from the roll of fame. It happened that one summer day, like England's goodly king, she made a pudding, but for plums she put fresh berries in. That day along the quiet road from old Bridgehampton town, some British soldiers foraging to this same house came down. The door was closed that faced the south because the day was hot. And o'er her blazing fire intent, the good dame heard them not. Hooray, boys, said the leader bold, we're just in time. Come on. The tableau was a charming one for any looker on. The astonished dame, in homespun garb, with eyes that flame with ire, her cheek in part with anger flushed, and part burned by the fire. A group in tarnished uniform of scarlet and gold lace, blue sky seen through the open door, green trees that shade the place. Oh, no, you're not. She made reply, then seized a boiling pot, ran with it through another door, and threw it blazing hot, putting it all down the hill, and left it in the sand, amid the curses loud and deep of that hungry band. The thing was naught, perhaps, beside what patriots daily do, and yet the spirit that inspired was freedom's spirit, too. The place and tale are widely known. Fresh is the legend still, and all of East Hampton villages are proud of Pudding Hill. And the story is probably not true. Now, I have a football story. Is that okay?
Absolutely.
Okay, it's 1923. Coach McKee will correct me if I'm wrong on this. East Hampton is its first football game, and Pop Cheney's the coach. Okay, now Dave Cheney, his son, told me this story. So Pop Cheney, of course, they're playing Southampton. Now, the team is very inexperienced, so Pop Cheney says, when Southampton kicks us the ball, kick it right back to them. So East Hampton kicks off. The Southampton player gets it on the goal line, runs to the 14 line, and fumbles. And East Hampton recovers the ball. What do? Punt.
Thank you, Hugh. So tonight we're going to recognize the East Hampton High School varsity football team. That's going to be followed by 7 public hearings, public portion, which we ask you to kindly keep your comments to 3 minutes, and then we finish with resolutions. So the town board would like to recognize Bonnick football, but before we present you with certificates, I want to take a moment to say a few words about the Bonnick football team and what this season has meant to East Hampton. Earlier this fall, your team reached a milestone. That had been a long time coming. You earned a playoff win for the first time since 1994, and in doing so, reminded our community what is possible when young people commit to one another and stay the course. For our seniors, this season carries special weight. You helped bring this program to a turning point, and you believe behind something lasting. The example you set through your effort and your leadership will stay with the program long after this season. I also want to acknowledge the families and the Bonnet community who supported this team every step of the way. Fans showed up, traveled, and made their pride known. That kind of support matters, and it reflects the strength of this community. Thank you, Coach McKee, and the coaching staff for your leadership. And thank you to these athletes for representing East Hampton with teamwork, determination, and heart. We are all very proud of what you accomplished this season. I would like to recognize all of you with certificates, and I'm going to start with the seniors and call you up, and stand up here at the very end. It's going to be a challenge, but we're going to try to get a picture with everyone in it. So we're going to start with number 1, Cole Dunchick. Congratulations, Cole.
Thank you.
And then we have number 2, Jay Feaster. Okay, we'll pass these on. Number 4, Alex Davis. Number 6, Leaves Coupland. Number 8, Owen Rogers. Number 9, Charlie Stern. Number 10, Theo Ball. Number 25, Manny Morales Gonzalez. Number 50, Juan Espinoza. Aaron 81. Number 51, James Corwin. Number 52, Jake Rivera. Number 55, Tyler Rogers. Number 56, Joseph Martinez. Number 77, Andres Correa. Number 78, Dylan Ward. Manager Jason Shades. The juniors, starting with Jackson Carney. Number 5, Jackson Ronan. Number 7, Andy Morales Gonzalez. Number 12, Pax Minardi. Number 11, Jack Mujica. Number 15, Vin Mirando. Number 20, Vinny Alvarado. Number 24, Aiden Gavilanes. Number 64, Tiger Brew. Number 70, Sully Matthews. Number 73, Josiah Padilla. Number 88, Field Frederickson. We're going to move on to the sophomores. Number 21, Wiley Stern. Number 23, Billy Stern. Watch your head. Number 27, Oliver Landy Pettit. Number 32, Caleb Mott. Number 68, Orson O'Brien. Freshmen. We had freshmen in attendance. No, okay. I'm going to read their names off, so we have it. Eli Hinchin, Harry Carusos, Chris Smith, and Sam Boley. And the coaching staff. Head coach, Joe McKee. You are the heart. Assistant coach, Jaron Greenidge. Assistant coach, Jason Manu. Yeah, we got to stop here. I don't see Kathy Masterson here tonight, but we're grateful for her, and she made it happen so that you guys played under the lights your homecoming game. She made that work. And the athletic trainer, Nicholas Jarbo. First going to do is try to get some of these gentlemen to shift over.
Here for a picture.
We need a picture, and then the mic it's open mic night. So anyone that wants to say a few words about the season, about your coaches, about what this experience has meant.
All guys in the back.
Right, yeah.
Some of you guys take a knee. You guys in the front. All right, can everyone,
Everybody look at the camera.
y'all ready? That's it.
Then you guys need to stay there.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. All right, thank
All
you.
right, everybody stay put because parents want to take photos.
Congratulations, boys.
Congratulations, guys.
How many other players you got, Mr. McKee?
Total?
Yeah.
I'd say about 55, 57.
So, good job, boys. And good job to your barber too for making 50. You have the same haircut.
Right. All right, it's open
I just want to take a minute to address the board. First and foremost, Mr. King, I would never question you, especially since you were a player on that team, so I want to congratulate you. You still look the same, so congrats. Real quick, we're just so appreciative of this honor and so, so honored, and I can't thank you guys enough. So appreciative. And I just want to let you know real quick a little about this team. Just a hard-working group of kids. The effort they put in, the time they put in, not only were they good football players, but just all the hard work that they put in. In all honesty, in all my years of coaching, just a bunch of fun group of kids to be around. And in all honesty, I think they're the true epitome of student athletes. Not only are they good football players and had a great season, a lot of success, but in the classroom, they're excellent. We've already got a couple of college acceptances to Tulane and Duke, a couple of kids waiting to hear from Pennsylvania and, University of Penn and USC amongst many of them. So, just kudos to them. And thank you very much. And one little another announcement I'd like to make. It's first, there's only been 6 players in the 100 some odd years of East Hampton football to make all Long Island or first or second team. And this year we have one of our gentlemen here who made second team all Long Island, Leaves Couplins. So very much appreciate it. And Mrs. Brennan, congratulations and good luck, please.
Gentlemen, would anyone like to get up and say a few words?
Turn the mic up.
All right. Hello. My name is Charlie Stern. I'm a senior, 2-year captain. I just want to say thank you for having us. Thank you for recognizing us tonight. I had a great time playing under the lights at homecoming. I hope that tradition can continue. I know we're building lights at Our Field in the next few years, so I guess we'll start playing there. But I just want to say thank you to the parents. Thank you to the coaches. I had so much fun this year, and I hope that East Hampton football could see success in years to come. Thank you.
Would anyone else like to say a few words?
I do. So I'm a Bonnet Tech graduate in 1994, right after the last time that the team went to the playoffs then. As many of you might know, and Joey McKee might know, who was a great friend of mine, I'm a big Penn State fan. I went to more Bonnet football games this year in the stands with you than I went to Penn State games. Multiple reasons there, but your team played with heart. Your team played with energy and skill. And when you were down, you lifted each other up. And when the other team poked you in ice slip in the fourth quarter, you didn't poke back because you knew you were past them for the next game. You held on to your discipline, and that was very difficult to do. And it means you had very good coaching and parenting. So all of you as a community then, too, from the town board, it was a pleasure for me to watch you play. It really was. And I'll see you guys next year, too.
So if there's nobody else that wants to get up and speak, we're going to let you leave because otherwise you're stuck for 7 public hearings. I'm not sure that's what you're wanted to stay on your Thursday night. So thank you all for joining us tonight. Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas. Jason, we're just going to take a minute for the room to clear.
Absolutely. I'm going to mute the feed for a little while and put a signal up.
Yes. Ready.
public hearings will be held live and in person by the town board and will be available electronically by video and teleconferencing and will be televised on local TV channel 22 and available for live stream on the LTV website. The public shall be permitted to appear in person but may also provide comments on the matter by being heard by calling 351-888-6331. Any person or party wishing to be heard with respect to the foregoing may do so in person, by agent, by attorney, or by teleconference to the live meeting, or by written comment addressed to the East Hampton Town Clerk, 159 Panago Road, East Hampton, New York. Comments may also be submitted to the town clerk by email to cbrennan@ehamptonny.gov. All comments must be received by the town clerk by the date and time of the public hearing. Please check the meeting agenda posted on the town's website for any changes and for updated information. Notice is hereby given that the town board of the town of East Hampton will hold a public hearing on December 18th at 6 p.m. or as soon thereafter as this matter may be heard to consider comments of all persons on a proposed draft management plan for Hog Creek South End Preserves located at 3 Hog Creek Road, 6 and 14 Kings Point Road in Springs, Suffolk County Tax Map 339-1, 12.1, 12.2, 13.1, and 14. The full text of the management plan is available for inspection on the town's website or at the town clerk's office.
Thank you, Carol. Scott?
Sure,
Want
be
to
glad to.
introduce it, please?
So we're here to talk about the Hog Creek South End Preserve Draft Management Plan. This plan represents several parcels at the headwaters of Hog Creek on the corner of Hog Creek Road and Kings Point Road, and you can see them on their screen. Those are all the properties highlighted in blue. It represents us 4 pieces. The acreage for the total of all of these is about 1.5 acres, but there's over 350 feet of frontage on Hog Creek. 2 of the properties, both 6 and 14, that's these 2 end pieces right on Kings Point. I put a little hand here, yeah, these 3. They both had structures on them, and as part of the acquisition through the CPF program, the structures were removed and they were brought back to a natural state. However, the 14 Kings Point Road had a bulkhead that was removed, and although steps were taken to naturalize the shoreline at the time of acquisition, there has been significant erosion. And I'm just going to bring a couple of pages of the management plan up for you to see what I'm talking about here. So this is looking where the bulkhead used to be, and even though when we actually had those structures removed, and part of that plan was to sort of revegetate, the root systems did not take very well. As you could see, this significant erosion. You could see the roots from these trees right on the edge. These trees are likely to not survive long with their roots exposed like this. So part of this plan, or the primary crux of this plan, which is on page 5, and I'm just going to read this section of the management plan. Due to, let's see, the recommendation of this plan is to install an enhanced wetland restoration. Due to the removal of bulkheading from a portion of this property, a poorly vegetated shoreline has continued to erode for the last 5 years. And in addition to undesirable levels of nitrogen as a pollutant of concern exists in the adjacent water body, Hog Creek, according to hydrologist Ron Paulson of Clear Bays, Inc., it is recommended that an enhanced wetland restoration on the property be considered. The goal of such a project would be to restore the aquatic habitat, mitigate contaminated pore water and runoff, and remediate excess nitrogen in groundwater and surface water. Core logs and native plantings would be installed to restabilize the shoreline. Reestablish native vegetation supports biodiversity and ecosystem services. This proposal has strong local support and provides a model for collaborative coastal restoration. The plan also has strong support by the Nature Preserve Committee and the Natural Resources Department. Now, I rewatched the 11/18 work session, almost as good as Dancing with the Stars, and where Andy presented this plan, at which the board was supportive of the plan. You didn't really request any changes, and so this plan is in its form during that presentation. You did ask about funding. I believe that was the only question, and I think we addressed that at the work session. I'm glad to talk about it here if you'd like. And if there's any questions or concerns with this plan, do let me know.
Okay. So would anyone like to address the board on this public hearing? Jason, is there anyone on the line?
We have one caller on the line. Let me unmute them now to see if this is the public hearing they would like to talk about.
Great.
Hello, caller ending 9747. Would you like to speak on this public hearing? Hello, caller ending 9747. Hello? I'm going to unmute myself for 2 seconds to verify that the phone line is up and operational, because I can hear it on my side. Oh, and that caller just left the meeting. Give me a second. So.
Hello, everyone. This is Jason Nauert at LTV. And I just want to let you know that the phone lines are up and operational. That caller just had left. I'm not exactly sure why.
Okay.
Motion to close.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Carol, if you could please read the second meeting notice, please.
Take notice that the Town Board of the Town of East Hampton will hold a public hearing in the Town Board Meeting Room, East Hampton Town Hall, 159 Panago Road, East Hampton, pursuant to Section 247 of the General Municipal Law and Section 64E8 of the Town Law of the State of New York on December 18th at 6 p.m. or as soon thereafter as this matter may be heard, to consider the following: the town's acquisition for the preservation of open space and the improvement of water quality with community preservation funds of a property located at 171 Cranberry Hole Road, Amagansett, reputedly owned by Lucy B. Sprunger Cookson, Allison B. Moran, and Carl E. Bolch III, and consisting of approximately 11.43 acres of vacant land at a cost to the town of East Hampton not to exceed $4,750,000 plus reasonable survey, title, prorated tax, and recording charges, said property being described on the Suffolk County tax map as 300-152-112, an amendment to the 2025 CPF Management and Stewardship Plan to include said property.
Thank you, Carol. Scott, you want to introduce this one?
This is a very pretty property. What a pleasure to sort of tromp around out there. This 11.43 acre property is located on the corner of Bendigo and Cranberry Hole Road. The property contains, I don't know, maybe if I zoom in, you could kind of see here, wonder. Although that might be too much. The property contains significant freshwater wetlands and is part of a larger Cranberry Hole wetland system. According to our planning department, these wetlands consist of forested swamps, marshes, and surface waters containing some of the highest diversity of plant species observed in one location. About half the property has rolling topography upland, and it appears that there is sufficient building envelope to construct a residence and associated structures without need for setback variances. The parcel is within the Napeak Meadow Scenic Area of Statewide Significance and the Peconic Estuary Program's Montauk Critical Natural Resources Area. Both the CPF Advisory Board and the Planning Department Assessment find this to be an excellent parcel to acquire for preservation purposes. This parcel meets the criteria set forth in Town Law 64E. I would recommend that the board pass a resolution to acquire this property.
Thank you, Scott. Would anyone like to address the board on this public hearing? Jason, is there anyone on the line?
Yes, we have one person on the line. Hello, caller ending 8764. Would you like to speak on this public hearing?
Yes, and I also would like to speak later on public hearing number 6. This is David Buda. Good evening, everybody. I have had a chance, through the kind assistance of Mr. Wilson, to review the evaluation form that was prepared by the Planning Department in October of this year, which demonstrates the excellent nature of this proposed acquisition with CPF funds. So I have nothing to say other than congratulations on this acquisition, but I do have a suggestion for the future going forward. I strongly would suggest that the town consider as a New Year's resolution upgrading its procedures so that pertinent documents, such as the Planning Department's evaluation forms for significant CPF acquisitions, be made available to the public by posting a link or posting it directly on the town meeting portal platform. The only document that is available to the public readily is the notice of public hearing, which recites the basic facts of the matter, but does not provide any of the supporting documentation or illustrations such as the map and the information that Mr. Wilson has now provided to the public. It would seem to make a lot of sense, if not a requirement under the open meetings law, that that kind of information be made available before the meeting and not either at the meeting or not at all. So I would request that you consider improving that procedure. I know the Zoning Board of Appeals for a long time has made their extensive files available to the public before their public hearings, and more recently the Planning Board has also enabled procedures where the public who might be interested in an upcoming public hearing, such as the one in January concerning the Springs Fire District's cell tower, all of the pertinent documents are available to the public through a link well in advance of the public hearing. Thank you very much.
Thank you, David.
And David, just wanted to double check. That would be the one you want to speak on again is the SP-3 URP 11 and 14?
Correct.
Thank you very much, David.
Jason, is there any other callers on the line?
We have no other callers on the line.
Motion to close.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Carol, if you could please read the third meeting notice.
Notice is hereby given that the Town Board of the Town of East Hampton will hold a public hearing at Town Hall, 159 Panago Road, East Hampton, on Thursday, December 18th at 6 p.m. or soon thereafter, as this matter may be heard, to consider comments of all persons regarding the amendment of Chapter 255 zoning of the East Hampton Town Code in order to amend Section 255-11-10, an abstract of which follows. Chapter 255 zoning, Section 255-11-67A10, additional regulations is amended as follows. The gross floor area of a single-family residence may not exceed 7% of the lot area plus 1,500 square feet. See Section 255-11-10-3, Resident Districts, Table of Residential Regulations, Part 1 and 2. Lots created pursuant to Chapter 193, Open Space Preservation, are not subject to the foregoing provisions upon submission of proof verifying that the lot was created pursuant to Chapter 193, but must meet the requirements of Section 255-11-10, Table 3, building coverage, notwithstanding any prior provision to the contrary. No single-family residence may exceed 10,000 square feet. For lots with more than one single-family residence, the maximum gross floor area shall apply to the aggregate of all single-family residents on the lot. Chapter 255 zoning, Section 255-11-10, use table and dimensional table for all districts is amended as follows. Attachment 4:2, resident districts, table of dimensional regulations, part 2, gross floor area, single-family residence, maximum square feet, 7% of the lot area plus 1,500 or 10,000, whichever is less.
Thank you, Carol. Would anyone like to address the board on this public hearing? Jason, is there anyone on the line for number 3?
No, there is not.
Motion to close.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Carol, if you could please read the fourth meeting notice.
Take notice that the Town Board of the Town of East Hampton will hold a public hearing pursuant to Section 232, Urban Renewal of the Town Code of the Town of East Hampton, Section 232-170, Modification of Urban Renewal Plans in the Town Hall Meeting Room, 159 Panago Road, East Hampton, on December 18th at 6 o'clock, or as soon thereafter as this matter may be heard, to consider the following modification of Urban Renewal Map EH13, Urban Renewal Number 8 and EH13, from URP Number 8 consisting of lots 59 through 82 inclusive and part of Maple Drive as abandoned, to URP Number 8A consisting of lots 59 through 68 inclusive and part of Maple Drive as abandoned, to URP Number 8 consisting of lots 69 through 82 inclusive and part of Maple Drive as abandoned, with a 20-foot wide access to utility easement over URP number 8B benefiting URP number 8A, except for amended above, the requirements of UR map EH13 shall remain in full force and effect.
Thank you, Carol. Would anyone like to address the board on this matter? Jason, is anyone on the line for public hearing number 4?
Someone just called in right now. I'll unmute them. Hello, caller ending 3691. You're on the air.
So I am calling in relationship to my hope that you would ban gas leaf blowers all year round.
Comment?
We can circle back to you for public
am
comment.
I live?
Yes, we can circle back to you for public comment.
Oh, so should I speak now or wait?
No, you just wait for a little bit, and public comment should be in a while. You should see it on the screen.
I'm in a car, so I don't have a screen to look at. Okay. But when you say a while, are you thinking 15 minutes, or should I call back?
I have no way of saying what time a public hearing will take, but I would just say hold on, and we will unmute you when it's ready.
When you can. Okay, that's fine. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I will just hold on.
Thank you very much. That is all we got. That's all our callers.
Motion to close.
Second. All in favor? Aye. Carol, if you could please read the 5th meeting notice.
Take notice that the Town Board of the Town of East Hampton will hold a public hearing pursuant to Chapter 232, Urban Renewal of the Town Code of the Town of East Hampton, Section 232-170, Modification of Urban Renewal Plans in the Town Hall Meeting Room, 159 Panago Road, East Hampton, on December 18th at 6 p.m. or soon thereafter, as this matter may be heard, to considering the following modification of Urban Renewal Map EH3 from northerly half of Pavilion Place right-of-way along URP number 60, lots 191 through 196, and part of URP number 61, lots 197 through 201, to be abandoned and no access point given. To northerly half of Pavilion Place right-of-way along URP number 60, lots 191 through 196, and part of URP number 61, lots 197 through 201, to serve as access for URP number 60 onto Abraham's Path, and access point added from URP number 63, comprised of lots 209 to 212 with no access point given, to URP number 63, comprised of 209 to 211 to match Suffolk County tax map, and addition of access point to Abraham's Path, from URP number 61 and number 62 to access point given, to URP number 61, 62, access point given to access onto Abraham's Path, from Pavilion Place right-of-way not shown as abandoned to URP number 59, 53, and 55, to Pavilion Place right-of-way shown as abandoned to URP number 59, 53, and 55, except as mentioned above, the requirements for URP map EH3 shall remain in full force and effect.
Thank you, Carol. Would anyone like to address the board on this public hearing? Jason, is there anyone on the line for public hearing number 5?
There are no additional callers on the line right now.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Carol, if you could please read the 6th meeting notice.
Take notice that the Town Board of the Town of East Hampton will hold a public hearing pursuant to Section 232, Urban Renewal of the Town Code of the Town of East Hampton, Section 232-170, Modification of Urban Renewal Plans in the Town Hall Meeting Room, 159 Panago Road, East Hampton, on December 18th at 6 p.m. or sooner after, as this matter may be heard, to consider the following modification of Urban Renewal Map SP3. From URP number 11, consisting of lots 36 through 41 inclusive, URP number 14, consisting of lots 42 through 50 inclusive, to URP number 11, consisting of lots 36 through 45 inclusive, and URP number 14, consisting of lots 46 through 50 inclusive, except as amended above, the requirements of URP map SP3 shall remain in full force and effect.
Thank you, Carol. Would anyone like to address the board? Rick. Welcome, Rick.
Good evening, Madam Supervisor, members of the town board. Richard Whalen from Whalen Fowler PLLC. We represent the owners and the applicants, which are Stephen and Lauren Palmisi. So the Palmisis own an urban renewal parcel. We're on the north side of Hartley Boulevard in the Springs, urban renewal map SP3. They own urban renewal parcel 11 on the south side of Hartley Boulevard. That is a fully legal buildable urban renewal parcel, 12,000 square feet. Just east of that, they own 8,000 square feet, which is part of urban renewal parcel 14. Urban renewal parcel 14, if you go back to the original filed subdivision map, All the lots are 20 feet wide, some 1911 map, something like that. So my clients own 4 lots in urban renewal parcel 14. The town owns 3 lots, and somebody I think named Smith owns 2 lots. The town's property is in the middle. That was acquired with open space funds. It means you cannot develop or alienate your property. It basically means urban renewal parcel 14 right now is not buildable. So we are asking to transfer our 4 lots, 8,000 square feet, to our adjoining parcel of 12,000 square feet. The net result in terms of density is a net increase of 0. We have the right to build 1 house right now. When we add the 8,000 square feet, we will still have the right to build 1 house. Plus, our lot will now become 20,000 square feet. It will become a conforming lot in the B residence zone. So someday the town will probably have to buy out the Smith property on the east. I doubt you're going to split that off into 4,000 square feet. That's our urban renewal modification request, just to combine all of our property into a single conforming lot with no increase in the number of houses that can be built. Thank you.
Thanks, Rick. Jason, could you please put Mr. Buda through?
Absolutely. David, you're on.
Thank you very much. First, one minor correction to Rick's comment. The subject parcel is on the south side of Hartley Boulevard, not the north. I wholeheartedly agree with this proposal. It's a very, very long time in coming. The various owners of the lots in question started in 2016 trying to create additional lots, additional building lots, and the planning board, with the opposition of myself and perhaps some others, did not favor that. I don't remember whether in 2016 there was a public hearing, but certainly the town board did not approve it. Then in 2022, there was a public hearing, and again, the proposal was to create 2 10,000 square foot buildable lots out of this urban renewal plan. And I have to commend the town board, especially Deputy Supervisor Kate Rogers, who at that time noted that the intent of the urban renewal plan was to only have 1 buildable lot in that location. This proposal ultimately does what I wrote and recommended back in July of 2022. I heartily recommended at that time that the town board consider an alternative UR map modification as the only option that would maximize buildable lot size and minimize the number of non-conforming building lots, and that would be to reconfigure the sheet SP3 so that filed map 401 lots 36 through 45, having an area of 20,000 square feet, would constitute 1 authorized building lot. Well, finally, after nearly 10 years, that's exactly what everyone concerned, the owners, the planning board, and hopefully the town board, have come around to realize is the proper and correct solution. It's good for the neighborhood, it's good for the community, and the only other thing I want to say is there's a major gap in the town code with regard to UR map modifications, and that's the absence of any public hearing notification process. Excuse me, there is a public hearing, obviously, but there's no notification directly required to be given by either the planning board or the town board to those people who are in the immediate vicinity of the proposed modification. Certainly, the code should, at a minimum, require that people within 200 feet of a proposed modification be given direct notification of both the planning board action and the town board action, and I've been saying this for a very long time. I have to say that although outgoing town clerk Carol Brennan does a wonderful job reading those notices, I really don't think anyone can listen to her describe all the matters that are being proposed and understand it without an illustration, without an opportunity to study it in advance. And if you really want the public who might be affected adversely to understand what's going on and to have a chance to comment, you really need to consider amending the town code to provide direct notice to people who are directly affected by proposed urban renewal map modifications. Again, thank you to Rick and his clients, to the planning board, and now hopefully to the town board for doing what's best for the community by accepting what they have finally come around to propose. Thank you.
Thank you, David.
Jason, is there anyone else on the line?
We have no other callers on the line.
Motion to close.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Carol, thank you, Rick. If you could please read the last meeting notice.
And it is the last.
It is the last. Everybody gasped when I said do the roll call for the last time, so I wasn't going to lay it on this time.
Read it slowly, Carol.
They were some of the hardest UR ones I've seen.
Please take notice that pursuant to Section 247 of the General Municipal Law of the State of New York and the provisions of the East Hampton Town Code, the Town Board of the Town of East Hampton will hold a public hearing in the Town Hall Meeting Room, 159 Panago Road, East Hampton, on Thursday, December 18th at 6 p.m. or as soon thereafter as this matter may be heard concerning the following grant of scenic and conservation easement to the Town of East Hampton. The grantor is Stonefire Sunset LLC. Christopher Poley is the managing member. It's a scenic and conservation easement dated October 17th at 54 Firestone Road in Montauk, Suffolk County Tax Map 317-234.1, and the reviewing agency is the ZBA.
Would anyone like to address the board on this public hearing? Jason, is there anyone on the line for public hearing number 7?
We have no new callers.
Okay.
It's my honor to offer a motion to close.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we're up to public portion, and Francesca, you're up. Welcome, Francesca.
Francesca Rhiannon.
Yes, I'd like to speak to the issue of a total ban on gas leaf blowers in East Hampton. We all know that we have a partial ban, but I have to say that from September 21st to May 19th, it is very difficult to enjoy oneself when the drone and the roar of leaf blowers is ubiquitous. I mean, I live in the middle of a forest. I'm not even near other houses, and they're so loud that the just sound carries everywhere. And I just think this is something we've been tiptoeing around for a long time. Right now, the alternative electric leaf blowers, which are much quieter and much more healthy, have really match the capacity of the gas leaf blowers. And I would like to put into the record a part of something I wrote for the Star this week. Gas-powered leaf blowers are not benign yard tools. They are among the most polluting pieces of equipment in common use. A single hour of operation can emit as much smog-forming pollution as driving a modern car hundreds of miles. These emissions include the particulate matter and toxic compounds that contribute to asthma, heart disease, and other respiratory illnesses, risks that fall especially hard on children, seniors, outdoor workers, and anyone with compromised health. The noise impact is equally damaging. Gas leaf blowers routinely exceed safe decibel levels, disrupting sleep, learning, conversation, and the very sense of peace that defines East Hampton. Chronic noise pollution has been linked to stress-related illnesses, cognitive impairment, and diminished quality of life. Quiet should not be a luxury reserved for a few hours a week. Environmentally, these machines do real harm. Leaf blowers strip away leaf litter that protects soil, insects, and ground nesting pollinators while blasting dust, pesticides, mold spores, and animal waste into the air we breathe. What's marketed as a cleaning function is often ecological destruction masquerading as convenience. I would like to ask the board to take up the issue of a full ban on gas leaf blowers and mandate only electric leaf blowers to be allowed in the town. Thank you.
Thank you, Francesca. Jason, if you could put that caller through.
Absolutely, putting them through right now.
Thank you.
Hello, caller ending 3691. You are on the air.
Hello, my name is Rena Tabor. and I'm in California. I'm sorry not to be physically present, but I wanted to support what Francesca is saying. In 2021, the board banned gas leaf blowers from May 15th to September 15th, and bravo to the board for having done that. It did not hurt landscape companies unduly. It helped their employees, who were spared the damage of operating the toxic and painfully loud machines for those 4 months, not to mention the air that they breathed. It offered a noise respite for the rest of us. It was good for our creatures and our soil, not to mention our health, as pollution was removed from the air, the dripping gasoline was removed from the aquifer, and therefore our drinking and bathing water, and the greenhouse gases ceased to feed global warming. Emissions from gas leaf blowers create high levels of formaldehyde, benzene, fine particulate matter, and smog-forming chemicals, which are known to cause dizziness, headaches, asthma attacks, heart and lung disease, cancer, and or dementia. I mean, that really sounds just horrible. I don't know. I'm just going to say that the following emissions from gas leaf blowers are toxic: carbon monoxide, CO2, nitrogen oxide, particulate matter, VOCs. Gas leaf blowers disrupt habitat for our pollinators and small mammals, and they smell trouble for those creatures who rely on sound in addition to the air. Electric leaf blowers now gas blowers in performance and duration, as Francesca said, which was not entirely the case at the time of 2021 as a partial ban. So we're in a much better position than going. The electric leaf blowers are quieter, they create no air or water pollution, and they have lower maintenance costs. There are many communities who have long since banned gas-powered blowers. Southampton Village, for example, has a year-round ban. Southampton Town and East Village both have.
You're breaking up on our side. Excuse me for 1 second. You're breaking up. Can you pull up the mic a little bit closer to your mouth, do you think?
Having a difficult time hearing.
We're having a hard time hearing you. You're breaking up, yeah.
I'm so sorry. I'm in the car, so I'll just finish, pretty much. I was just going to say that New York State has bans, National California and Washington State have implemented year-round bans. And 2 years ago, the town's own Energy Sustainability Committee recommended that the town legislate an amendment to the existing legislation, extending the existing ban to a year-round ban. They also recommended that we update the town's existing educational brochure with wider distribution. They wanted us to continue, the town to continue to require annual registration for professional landscapers and provide incentives for the purchase of electric equipment. At our liaison's request, 3 of the committee members prepared a fairly exhaustive PowerPoint presentation to be presented at a public hearing. That is available and still waits any time that the town would be prepared to hear it. We think it's time for the town to act. We're very grateful if that is so. Thank you.
Thank you, Lena. Jason, is there anyone else on the line?
We have no new callers.
Okay, we're going to move on to resolutions. Tom, if you could start us off.
Yes, Madam Supervisor. I will start with resolution number 2025-1646. This is approval of claims on warrant number 12B in the amount of $2,136,533.22, and additionally in the amount of $54,326.64.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. 2025-1647 is for a contract agreement for Harris Government Agreement for 2026. Be it resolved that the recommendation of Heath Liebman, Information Technology Department Head, that the town supervisor is hereby authorized to enter into agreement subject to approval of the town attorney with Harris Government for software licensing support and maintenance of the town's land management software for the calendar year 2026 in the amount of $136,692 from the A Fund and $34,173 from the B Fund.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. 2025-1648 is to authorize agreement 2026 with Tyler Technologies. Be it resolved that Tyler Technologies hereby retained for the calendar year 2026 to provide license support services to support the town's finance and accounting, internal audit, human resources, and purchasing offices for the period January 1st, 2026 through December 31st, 2026, at a cost not to exceed $143,770.53. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
2025-6049 is to approve agreement with Nearmap USA, Inc. This is for GIS aerial imagery subscription services for 2026. Be it resolved, the town board here retains Nearmap US Inc. to provide aerial imagery subscription services to the town at a cost not to exceed $16,633.40 for the 12-month subscription term beginning January 29th, 2026. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
2025-1650, this is a contract agreement to retain Andrews Technology HMS Inc. for Novatime software. Be it resolved that the supervisor is hereby authorized to pay Andrews Technology HMS Inc. the sum of $45,852 for licensing and main support for the fiscal year 2026. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
2025-1651 is a budget modification for sanitation department to increase revenue budget line solid waste tipping fees in the amount of $215,000 and increase expenditure budget line subcontract costs in the amount of $215,000. Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Before I offer a resolution 2025-1652, I want to offer my sincere appreciation to Carol Brennan for everything you've done for me over the years, from coming to my parties with my kids, with your grandkids, and drinking beer, to coming here, allowing me to be a better town council person. I couldn't have done it without you, Carol. With that, it's my privilege to offer Resolution 2025-1652, appoint seasonal snow removal driver in the Highway Department effective retroactive December 14th, 2025, Jeffrey Blind.
Second on the resolution, and also second on the emotion and on thanking Carol and all the gratitude that she deserves.
All in favor?
Aye.
1653, terminate seasonal lifeguards in the recreational department, end of season 2025, names, positions, and termination dates listed below.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. 1654, amend resolution 2025-1516, snow plow contractors for the 25-26 season. This is to include Greg Brown as snow plow contractor.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
1655 is authorized an encumbrance of funds for the 2025 CPF budget. This is for the Carl Fisher House and Annex located at 44 Foxborough Road in Montauk, using community preservation funds for the purpose of preserving a historical property. The amount of these funds to be used, we encumbered, is $3.9 million. And this is based on an engineer's cost estimate and allocation of the sum of that amount of money for calendar year 2025, but used in calendar year 2026 for the project.
Second. All in favor?
Aye. 1656, the retained historical preservation consultant Robert Hefner for the Edwards House restoration at 127 Squaw Road in Springs, also known as a Duck Creek Historical Landmark, which was in 2009. His proposal for these services were dated December 8th, 2025, an amount not to exceed $9,000.
Second. All in favor?
Aye. 1657 is retained LK McLean Associates, DPC, for engineering services for the Amagansett Passive Park and parking lot expansion. Their proposal was September 18, 2024, and not to exceed $45,300.
Second. All in favor?
Aye. 1658 is the Wayne Scott Green Management Plan update and authorization, where the town held a public hearing on December 4th, 2025 regarding the proposed management plan update. We would like to approve it at this moment.
Second. All in favor?
Aye. 1659 is a SEP bid EH 25-053. This is a demolition for 20 Springs Fireplace Road, which is a CPF property to Ken Rosal Incorporated. His bid came in at $45,197.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
1660 is a budget modification for the Montauk Playhouse. This is decreasing the contingency line in the amount of $29,882 and increasing the other line for Montauk Playhouse in the same amount.
Second. All in favor?
Aye. 1661 is approved change order number 14 for the Montauk Playhouse for Crossroads construction. These were other items in the showers, additional showers in the locker room, pool chemicals, walkways, in the amount of $29,881.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. And I have for the last time for Carol, Resolution 1662, which is a notice of public hearing to amend UR map EH6-2, urban renewal parcel 16, to allow for abandonment of part of Winslow Avenue. The town board will hold a public hearing in Town Hall Meeting Room on January 8th, 2026 at 6 p.m. as soon after for this matter to be heard.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Resolution 1663 is provisional appointment to senior office assistant for Eddie Peridin. Resolved that Eddie Peridin is hereby appointed on a provisional basis to the full-time position of senior office assistant with the planning department, which for an hourly rate of $27.09, grade 19, starting step, which is $56,339.71 annually for a 40-hour work week, effective December 29th, 2025.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution 1664 is to increase hours for full-time employee Aaron Zilberman. Resolved that Aaron will be increased to a 40-hour work week schedule at the hourly rate of $31.18, grade 24, starting step, $64,848.99 annually, and this is effective retroactive to December 15th, 2025.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Resolution 1665 is the termination of a provisional employee.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Resolution 1666 is an approval of special event for Montauk Plunge. This will take place January 2026. This is the Montauk Union Free School District Montauk Plunge fundraising event for Montauk School. Will be held at Navy Beach, Montauk on Sunday, January 11, 2026, 11 to noon, and the rain date is the next day, or I guess they'll do it in the snow anyway. The rain date is Sunday, not the next day, Sunday, January 25th, 2026.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution 1667, this is notice of public hearing to amend Chapter 255 zoning of the East Hampton Town Code, Section 255-1-20, definitions, and Section 255-5-50, specific standards and safeguards, to provide for the new affordable multiple residence use. Public hearing will be held on January 8th, 2026 at 6 p.m.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution 1668, this is to list appointment from provisional to assessment clerk for Kelly Rivera. She's hereby appointed to the position of assessment clerk with the Assessor's Department at no change in hourly rate or budget account, effective retroactively to December 12th, 2025.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution 1669, this is to extend agreement, RFP number EH 2024-101, professional management services for Camp Hero wastewater systems to CMJ Graywater in an amount, I'm sorry.
10,800.
Yeah, amount of 10,800 in total for two sets of tasks.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution 1670, this is a reject bid number EH 25-055, printing of town clerk permits. Sorry, Tom, I said that weird, but that's it. Keeping you on your toes.
Flecked up.
And you got one more, I think.
All in favor?
Oh, I didn't hear him say second. Sorry.
Sorry, second.
All in favor?
Aye. Resolution 1671 is to authorize recapture of the percentage of land value of a property within the affordable housing program for 3 Berryman Street, and the sum due to the town is $300,000.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I have Resolution 2025-1672. It's to schedule the 2026 organizational meeting and the first regular town board meeting of 2026. The annual organizational meeting will be held Tuesday, January 6, 2026 at 11 a.m. And the first regular meeting will be held on Thursday, January 8th, 2026 at 6 p.m.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
1673 is to reappoint Arthur Goldman to the Housing Authority, East Hampton Housing Authority for a 5-year term, which expires on December 16th, 2030.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
1674 is to appoint full-time Waterways Maintenance Mechanic 2, Kyle Fagerland. At his annual salary will be $66,216.18 for a 40-hour work week, effective retroactive to December 9th.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
1675 is to increase the cap for Flint stenography and transcription, and this will be for a total of $4,000 for 2025 fiscal year.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
1676 is to increase the cap for John C. Armitano Esquire and the Law Office of Farrell Fritz for the 117 BVA LLC versus the Town of East Hampton et al., constituting a total of $20,000 for the 2025 calendar year.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
1677 is to accept proposal RFP EH 2025-108. This is for professional and related services for seasonal air traffic control at East Hampton Town Airport, and it goes to Robinson Aviation, Inc.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
1678 is to extend the agreement with Merchant Card, Internet, and/or electronic payment processing services, Point and Pay LLC, and All Paid Inc., doing business as GovPayNet. And this is for one additional year period.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
1679 is a payout upon retirement for Sarah Van Asco. Sarah Van Asco has retired from her full-time position as police detective with the East Hampton Town Police Department, effective November 30th, 2025. And audited time records indicate she has accrued a vacation and accrued sick time for a total gross payout of $48,845.83. And we want to thank Sarah for her service to our community.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
1680 is to, after hearing with the Village of Sag Harbor on behalf of the Fire Protection District, known as the East Hampton Fire Protection District, and the town's total cost for fire protection and ambulance service under the contract is $58,857.76 for the 12-month period of 2026.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
1681 is to accept, is the after hearing to adopt the Promised Land Fire Protection District for 2026. The town's total cost for fire protection and ambulance service under the contract is $576,489.23.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
1682 is to adopt a local law amending Chapter 240, Section 240-58, Schedule 8, stop intersections. This is in the Hands Creek Farm neighborhood, and it's 3 stop signs. One is at Timberline Road heading east at the intersection of Cordy Court, and then there's 2 stop signs at Cordy Court at the intersection of Cordy Circle and Cordy Court.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Back to you, Tom.
Thank you. Resolution 2025-1683 is approved for reimbursement for the Montauk Chamber of Commerce for the cleanup deposit for the Magic of Montauk 2025.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Resolution 2025-1684 is a budget modification for highway. This is for snow plowing contractor, decreasing the budget line for tree maintenance in the amount of $1,443.60 and increasing the same amount in the subcontractor cost for snow.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So before we go into,
I have one
I'm
more.
sorry, I
Resolution-
don't have that.
1685.
Resolution 1685, this is to retain DB Bennett Engineering for Cantwell Court lot clearing. This is to monitor the lot clearing work at Cantwell Court in an amount not to exceed $4,050.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so before we go into executive session, I want to take a moment to recognize someone who has meant a great deal to this town, to our board, to her staff, and to so many people who walk through the doors of Town Hall. Tonight is Carol Brennan's last town board meeting as town clerk. Carol has devoted decades of her life to this community. Long before many of us were sitting at this table, she was already here, quietly making sure this town worked the way it should. The clerk's office is often the first place residents come when they need something, and sometimes the place they come during life's most important moments. Carol understood that responsibility deeply. She brought professionalism, patience, and a steady presence to a role that carries an enormous amount of responsibility. She safeguarded our records, kept our meetings running smoothly, and helped generations of residents navigate everything from licenses and permits to moments of joy and moments of loss. She did it with care, fairness, professionalism, and we will all miss that. What people may not always see is the institutional knowledge Carol carries. She knows this town, its history, and its processes. Her commitment to doing things the right way has helped protect the integrity of this government and the trust of its people. On behalf of the town board, our staff, and the residents of East Hampton, thank you, Carol, for your 36 years of service and for the standard you set. We are grateful for the time, energy, and heart you gave to this town. We wish you nothing but happiness in your retirement. We hope it brings you time to relax, time with your family, and to enjoy the next chapter, knowing that your impact here will be felt for many years to come. Thank you, Carol, and congratulations. Okay, so that's what we have for tonight. We do have to go into exec session, so I just want to, offer to our folks that are watching a happy Hanukkah, a Merry Christmas, and much health and good fortune in the new year. So thank you. And now do I have a motion to go into exec session?
Yes, I'd like to make a motion to go into executive session for personnel and leases.
Second.
All in